We're Mitch and Susie Shellhammer, and we live in Basin, Wyoming. And I'm a yoga teacher, and I run a dog kennel. And Mitch is a farrier and horse trainer by trade. And I've done yoga for 10 years, and Mitch has done yoga for 9 years. And I'll let him tell you about some of his health issues and how yoga has helped him with his farrier practice and with some current events that are going on in our life. Mitch has recently had a stroke 51 days ago, and he's recouping from that and doing really well. And we do yoga to help him recoup from that as
well. When I was first introduced to yoga, I had some issues with my knees. Of course, farriers, that's pretty common with farriers to have knee and hip problems because of the weight bearing. But it was getting to the point where it was, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to keep showing. I've been a farrier for almost 40 years, so it's been a long time. And once I started doing yoga, I noticed that the things that were painful and stiff before started going away, and I quit having the issues. And so it's been very valuable sustaining my career, like consistently doing the stretches. We do yoga 3 days a week, and it's really helped. And then of course now with having the stroke, I had to learn to walk all over again. And as soon as I got strong enough where I felt like I could do some balances, I started doing yoga again. And I think it's sped up the process of my rehabilitation. So you guys, if you're having some issues, or even if you're not, this goes such a long way to bring some longevity to your career that I can't recommend it enough.
Nice. I can remember when Mitch first started and he dropped a nail while, all bent over, and the nail fell, and he stretched and reached and got the nail, and he looked at me like, "Did you see that? Did you see how I stretched?" And I can remember noticing my flexibility when I first started doing yoga. I bent over to pick up a piece of dog food, and it was just so easy, pain-free, and didn't have to bend my knees and grunt. But we do a lot of grunting in our yoga class, and we always start just connecting with the breath. Most yoga classes do have you just take a minute and calm down before you start. And I know people want to jump into the stretching and the exercise, but that connection and that calming down and getting centered and balanced is one of the things that's really helped Mitch a lot with his rehab, is just balance and getting centered. And you'll notice that once you do that, your yoga practice will be better, and then your whole day. So we start off with breathing, and then we, in our yoga class, all yoga classes are different, but in our yoga class, we start sitting, and just, because our classes are in the morning, we start slow because our muscles aren't warmed up yet. But doing yoga in the morning gives you this smooth energy the rest of the day. We do it Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Tuesday and Thursday, you can tell when you don't do it. Your day just flows better after starting out with yoga. Doing yoga at night is a great way to just calm your body down and decompress and let go of the tension of the day. And the getting off of your video your cell phones and TVs and anything with that light that stimulates your brain to think that it's time to wake up. Turning off all electronics and doing some yoga at night, you will sleep so good and your body will be ready to go to bed. And it's good to do anytime. And you can do it just about anywhere. You can do it on the side of your truck, and before you go shoeing. Mitch does breathing exercises before he gets to shoeing. And anyway, then the rest of our class, we start working from the head down and just working with our neck, and then we get into some standing poses. But recently we've just been going really basic for Mitch again, since we're starting over. And this is just a good basic class that will help you just open up and lengthen the muscles where you have knots. And when we always want you to just go to the limit of where you feel a little pull, not a rip or a tear. You have to just ease into yoga and know that you're not going to be as flexible as you thought you were, and it's okay, because that's how you get to that flexibility that you want, is you just keep practicing and practicing, and it'll come, and you'll be surprised by Mitch's flexibility.
And something I'd like to interject at this point was, because of the yoga partly, and we lead a pretty healthy lifestyle, try to eat correctly. Because I felt so good, I had a tendency to overdo. Mm-hmm. And so consequently, that's what led up to my stroke. Most generally, people that suffer a stroke, it's due to high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, those types of things. I had none of those things. Relatively really healthy. But because of my healthy lifestyle and feeling so good, I had been doing 35 to 40 horses a week, felt great, but the temperature here is hot during the summer months, and so you have a tendency to overdo it. So as a word of caution, as you start doing these yoga stretches, it's going to make you feel better, and you're going to feel like you want to do more. But use some sensibility there. It's just not worth the risk. The doctor said that it was probably because of overexertion and excessive heat that caused this to happen. So please, even though you feel great, feel like you can knock out 8 or 10 a day, it doesn't necessarily mean like you should. So I just wanted to put that in there because it will make you feel really, really good.
Another thing about not overdoing it in the classes when you're stretching is if you want to use some of these props are aids to help your form in your yoga poses, and we're all about the form. We want the skeleton straight before you bend your muscles and lengthen them. You want your skeleton straight. So a lot of it is, there's a lot going on when you're just standing in a pose and you're working on everything inside, little things. So if you need blocks or a strap, they're very helpful for some of the poses, and we can show how you can incorporate them in your practice. Okay, you ready to start?
Yes.
So this will be like a mini class. We'll sit up real tall. I want you to drop your tailbone down, bring your tummy in, shoulders back. Lift up your chin. Maybe rock your ears side to side just a little bit, and lift up your neck. Take a big inhale from down here where you're sitting, like you're pulling up your pelvic floor. Bring it all the way up to the top of your head. Big inhale, and hold it. And exhale, relax. Big inhale, pull it up. Exhale, relax. One more big pull up. Exhale, relax. See yourself centered, grounded, as if you've got roots into the earth that keep you connected. That's what is really helpful for Mitch when he's off balance. That's his biggest problem with his stroke, is vertigo. So the balance poses are hard for him. So let's roll our shoulders up into our neck and back and down. Just squeeze the sides of your neck and warm up your shoulders and neck at the same time. And releasing tension in your neck and shoulders. This is where we carry stress. Good. Sitting up straight still, tummy in, shoulders down. Bring out your right arm. Take a big inhale. Exhale, bring your arm across your chest and hook it with the left. Keep sitting up straight. Get your shoulders down and try to hug that arm. It's a great shoulder stretch. Don't overdo. Good, release. Shoulders down, tummy up and in. Good. Skeleton. Inhale, left arm. Exhale, bring it across. And we hold the pose for 5 breaths. Good. Release. Sit up straight, tummy in. Bring up the right arm, big inhale. Reach it and exhale, bring it back. Take the left hand and help it. Breathe. Feel the muscle lengthening. Good, release. Left arm up, big inhale. Exhale, behind. Help it. Keep your tummy in. Helps build your core. You farriers need such strong cores and backs. Good, release. And this is a good one that really helps stretch those tendons for carpal tunnel, all your repetitive motion. Sink into it. Your fingers are pointing back at you. Be gentle.
Carpal tunnel syndrome in people is almost the exact same thing as navicular disease in horses. So that deep digital flexor tendon goes right over our navicular bone in front of our wrist and the palm of our hand. So important to keep that stretched.
Good. I like to shake it out too. All right. We'll come down off of, we sit on these little bolsters just because we sit for a long time at the beginning of our class, and it's nice to have your hips higher than your knees. We're going to take our legs straight, and you want to pull out the flesh from under your bum, and we're just going to push through the heels and try to bring your kneecaps up and flex and lengthen the backs of your hamstrings. Good. And take our arms up. Drop your shoulders down. Bring your tummy in. Take a big inhale. Pull that energy up. And keep your back straight, your chin forward. Lower your arms and lean forward just a little bit. Sink down with your exhale. Again, 5 breaths to help you work down into it. If it's too much, back off and take a breath and sink down into it with your exhale. Just be careful not to overdo. Good. We're going to bring the right leg in. left leg out, get that flesh out again so that your skeleton is straight and your muscles are free to stretch over. Bring up your arms, drop your shoulders down, big inhale, pull up your tummy. Exhale, hinge, lower your arms, sink forward, and then round your shoulders and drop your head. And keep sinking down. And breathe. Try to relax the back of that left leg. Good. We'll bring the right leg out. Left leg in. Turn your torso over, shoulders down. Lift up, bring up the arms. Reach, and then exhale, hinge. And round the shoulders and drop the head. Be careful. Sometimes just rub the back of our hamstrings because it just feels good. Good. Coming up. And we'll bring the soles of our feet together and try to, if this hurts, you can put, this is where you would put the blocks under you. You can do it in different ways, different levels. But we try to open our hips and rock back and forth here, just a little butt massage. Wakes up the energy that rests in our pelvis. Good. We'll come into table pose. Your hands go under your shoulders, fingers are spread wide, and you grip down. Your knees are under your hips and your feet are behind your legs. You can't see your feet, they're hiding. We're gonna inhale, drop the belly down, lift up the tailbone, lift up the chin, and stretch the muscles from the belly all the way to the bottom of the chin, and lift up your tailbone. And then we're gonna round for cat, and arch up your shoulders and tuck your chin. Bring up your tummy, and then cow, big inhale. Drop the belly, lift the chin and the tailbone. Exhale, cat. Stretch through your shoulder blades. Bring up your tummy. One more cow. Exhale, cat. We'll come into puppy and we take our hands up and drop our forehead to the floor. Keep your bum up and creep your fingers ahead. Good. Walk the hands back. We'll take the right foot back and push through the heel. You can do this on the side of your truck before you start. It's so good to get those hamstrings and backs of your calves stretched out before. Good. Whatever, or your barn wall, or your anvil, or stretch before you start. Good. And we're going to do a floor balance pose, and this is a struggle for Mitch. So, but these balance poses are what really help prevent stroke. So we're going to take the right leg out and make sure your hip is pointing down. You don't want your hip pointing out, you want hip pointing down. And we're going to try to bring the left arm up. Right leg, left arm. Stretch, balance, breathe. Good. And we're going to take the left leg out, hip pointing down, strong through the left arm, straight through the right. Breathe. Keep your tummy up. This is a great core exercise. Good. Come on down. And we're going to take our feet back and come down onto our forearms. And you land your toes and you drop your tailbone down. And you tuck your tailbone and engage your glutes. And keep your tummy up. This is a great way to do core exercises without a lot of wrist work. I try to keep my class off of their wrists because I know farriers have troubles. So we drop the tailbone down, or the pelvis down, push into your elbows and lift up your chin. Such a great back stretch here. Good. We're going to come down, bring our hands under our shoulders and curl our toes and push up into down dog, which is an upside down V. And we're just going to pedal it out. Look up at your hands while you're pedaling your feet. Make sure your hands are shoulder width apart. Fingers are gripping. Good. Now take both heels down at the same time. Push your head between your arms, tuck your chin, spread your sitting bones. Good. Walk on up to your hands. Doing okay? Good. Make sure your feet are equal. Heels are pointing back. Inhale up halfway. We put our hands near our knees and put your shoulders down and your tummy up. Big inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Now just relax here. Drop your head and turn your head side to side. If you want your blocks here, you can use your blocks for support. And also, if you want to hold your elbows, that helps weight you down and open up your low back more. Try to keep your knees straight and just breathe. Good. We'll roll up. Careful. Roll your shoulders down. Let's pick up our toes and grip the mat and bring up your kneecaps. Tuck your tailbone. Feel your pelvic triad come nice and flat here. Shoulders down. Long neck. Hands point forward. And imagine this. I like to think about this lightning rod that Mitch pounded into the ground, or a grounding rod. And just think of yourself as like that. Just, you're connected. All right, we're going to bring up the arms. Reach. And exhale, swan dive, pretty. And inhale, halfway up. Shoulders are down. Exhale, fold forward. I'm going to take the right leg back for a lunge and keep the left knee over the ankle and sink your hips down. You can also use your blocks right here to help you. Shoulders down, your head is in line with your spine. You're sinking your hips down. Your back leg is straight, pushing through the heel and dropping open. I'm going to drop the right knee and keep that left knee over the ankle. Back leg is in line. Inhale, bring up the arms. Arch back if you can. Big balance pose, your inner thighs are engaged. Bring the hands to prayer. Wiggle your toes. Pick up your right knee and step it forward. Inhale up halfway. Shoulders are down, tummy's up. Exhale, fold. Drop your head. Inhale. Come on up. Bring up the arms. Big reach. And hands to prayer. Make sure your feet are straight and lined up. Grip your toes, bring up your knees, tuck your tailbone. Drop the arms, long neck, pelvic floor is up, tummy in. A lot going on, big inhale. Exhale, swan dive. Connect to your breath. Inhale halfway. Shoulders down, tummy up. Exhale, hands come down. Take your left foot back. Drop their hips down. Keep the right knee over the ankle. Push through the back heel and open up the hips. You're going to drop the left knee. Put the right knee over the ankle and bring up the arms. Big inhale. Breathe and balance with your inner thighs. Good. Hands to prayer. Shoulders down. Engage your inner thighs. Balance. Good. Hands come down. Pick up the left knee and step forward. Get your feet straight. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold. Drop your head. Inhale, come up. Reach. And hands to prayer. And take our legs wide. We want to face that way. Good. So you want your feet parallel with the edges of your mat. And tucking your tailbone in, bringing up your pelvic floor. Take your arms down by your sides. Inhale, bring them up and your pelvic floor at the same time. Exhale, swan dive forward. Bring your hands to your legs and slide them down. And if you want to bring them to the middle, and you can heel toe out if you want to increase this. And sink forward. Drop your head. Breathe. Good. If you heel toed out, heel toe in a couple. And come on up. And we're going to turn our left foot to the top edge of the mat. Turn your right foot so it's pointing up at the corner. Straighten up your left leg. Bring up your arms. Your torso is over your left leg. Big inhale. Exhale, hinge. This is a big stretch for the glutes. Be careful. And drop your chin. Try to keep that left knee straight. Roll up. Take that left foot and point it the other way, and then we're just going to turn both of our feet, and the heels are on the same line. Turn your torso over that right leg. Bring up the arms. Big inhale. Straight legs. Exhale, hinge. Straight back as long as possible, and then drop your chin. Try to keep those knees straight. Good. Come on up. And we'll heel toe in together. And come up to the top of your mat. Feet are straight, directly underneath your hips. Tuck your tailbone and shoulders down. Bring up your arms, big inhale. Exhale, bend the knees and sink down. And tuck your tailbone in. and your pelvic floor up and your shoulders into your sockets. Bring your tummy in as if I was gonna come and tickle your stomach. You flinch in and pull up energy with your breath. This is your guys' pose. We're gonna bring our hands to prayer, shoulders down, big inhale. Exhale, bring your right elbow to your left knee. And your left elbow is up and your hands are parallel with the floor. Good. Inhale, come all the way up. Drop your hands. Roll your shoulders down. Straighten up your skeleton. Tuck your tailbone. Inhale, bring up your arms. Exhale, sink down. Bring your hands to prayer. Just balance here and be strong. Thinking about your form, same one. Tuck your tailbone in and your shoulders down, pelvic floor up. This is what keeps Mitch going in his Farrier practice. Big inhale. Exhale. Left elbow, right knee, right elbow up, hands parallel with the floor. Doing good, honey. Good. Unwind and come all the way up. Good. We're going to take our legs wide. Tuck the tailbone, shoulders down, pelvic floor up. Big inhale. Exhale, sink. Sink down. I guess your heels come in. Good. Come on to your back. And we're going to have our feet underneath our knees, our arms into cactus arms, and we're just going to do some windshield wipers here. Just rocking back and forth on the hips. Massaging the hips, massaging the sacrum. If you have sciatica going on, this is really good for that and the next pose. Good. Let's bring the right knee up and give it a hug and take the left leg out and straight and just hug that knee in and flex through the foot. And you're really trying to open up your hip here. And roll your ankle. Give that knee a hug. Take your left hand and hold the right knee. Take your right arm out, straight out from the socket, and take that knee over. You can hook that foot behind the other knee and get this great stretch in your piriformis, which really helps that sciatica. Good. Straighten up your torso, your shoulders, your back. Bring your left knee up. Straighten your right leg. Make sure it's going straight down from your hip. Give this knee a hug and flex through the foot. Good. And roll the ankle. And we're going to hold on with the right hand, take the left arm out like a T, and bring this knee over to the other side. Hook that foot behind the right leg knee. And try to keep your left shoulder down. Try to open up your chest. Good. Bring it back. Bring up both knees. Straighten up your torso, your shoulders, and your head. And we're going to hug both knees and rock back and forth, massaging your back. This is also upside down child's pose. Good. And we're just going to take the legs straight and the arms straight up overhead, and as if somebody has put you in a stretching machine, stretch and lengthen your body. Your fingers, elbows and knees are straight, toes are pointing. And relax, bring your arms down by your sides and just turn your head slowly side to side. Good. Let's get comfortable. And the last 5 minutes of class is called Shavasana, which is where you contemplate death and you make friends with death and you know that it's coming and you have nothing to fear. And once you don't fear death anymore, you fear nothing else. And so you welcome it. It's like a good thing. And I hope you continue your Shavasana now and just do some programming in your mind. What do you want to have happen on this day? What do you want to have come to you? May your day just flow. Everybody stay on schedule. The horses all stand so good. The conditions are perfect. Just plan your day to go easeful and relaxed energy is what we're going for. And when you're ready, when you come up, bring your hands together and set that intention of what you really want to have happen, and you put it in your heart center and you tip your forehead and you just honor your intentions, and we honor each other for sharing this space, and I honor the light in you that we are here together at the same time. Namaste.